Good morning. So in my last video I was up photographing the sunset here in the Faroe Islands. Big bag of mixed feelings about that. Hit or miss. Second, I'm just going to climb this fence. Oh. I actually haven't been to bed. I got home and loaded everything onto the computer and decided to stay awake for the sunrise, which is happening right now. It is currently 10 to 3 in the morning. I'm just outside the village of Suðuroy on the way down to Sumba. And this is what we're photographing. It's not actually the location I wanted to come to. Sadly, the one I did want to come to was covered in clouds. There's quite a lot of thick cloud coming over. So I decided to kind of bail on there and come along this old mountain road up here. So I'm just trying to work out my composition, where I think it's going to be best. The sun is not actually hitting the horizon for another 40 minutes, but there's that beautiful light coming just now. It's absolutely stunning. Here's the viewpoints that I have to work with. Oh. So the wind has picked up quite greatly, which is a shame, but never mind. I'm quite happy with where I am. Got these islands and some of the mountains kind of sticking out, which I think will look really nice, possibly silhouetted, so we'll see. There's some lovely orange and blue colours coming through from the sunset. Yeah, it looks really good. Let's get set up. So I'm all set up now, using a bit more filters than I expected to. Put the polarizer filter on just to kind of keep that colour in there and give it a bit of boost, and decided to put on the 6-stop leaf filter as well, get that slow shutter speed running so we can kind of absorb the colours. And then lastly, I've got a 0.6 grad leaf filter on there as well, just to kind of hold back the colour from the cloud, and I am happy with that. So there's a lot of blue coming in from the image, coming in from the water and the clouds. You've almost got that kind of blue hour that we often get at night, but this is in the morning, and then you've just got this beautiful orange color coming through, and you see just behind me. I'm not sure if that actually is going to show up on the camera. Hopefully it will. What we have over here is we have this island over here. This is Little Dimon, which they rear sheep on. To the left of that island you have Stora Dimon, which is, you know, the bigger version, where a family live on there. There's a family that live on that island, and they have sheep farm, and that's it. Where ours is villages in Sandvik, there's actually 2 big crates of oil parked in one of the laybys. This tells me that there's actually going to be a helicopter coming down in the next couple of days to pick that up and fly over. So I'm hoping I'm going to be in the village when that happens, because you get the helicopter coming down really low and it makes it great for photographs. These colours are beautiful that's coming through. I'm very happy with that. So the gap between the clouds and the sun, which is right behind me, is starting to lift, starting to expand. I don't think it'll take too long for that sun to kind of come up above, which would be really nice. The cloud over here, which was covering this mountain earlier on, has now actually disappeared. It seems like the same behind, and I'm wondering if the mountain that's further behind me, where I originally wanted to go, it's very possible the clouds disappear from there as well, so that'd be quite nice. Settings wise, at the moment we've still got the polarizer on. We've got this Lee 6 grad 6 ND. We've got the 6 stopper, 2.5 seconds, aperture is f11, ISO is 320. So I'm now actually going to start to kind of lower the ISO a bit. I want to kind of bring it back down to 200, which is what I normally photograph at. Bring the aperture back up to 11, which is giving me shutter speed of roughly around about 10 seconds, which is fine enough. There's a lot of birds flying around. I don't want them in my shot. So a good 10-second exposure is going to make sure that they don't show up in the pictures as well. Although they are flying quite close to me now, so there might be a bit of blur. It's looking really good. It's still quite dark. I'm kind of retaining those colours coming from the oranges, which is what I want. And I'm just going to continually to bracket my images and see what I get. I can't bear it any longer. The gloves are on. Wind has really picked up as the sun's coming up. Hands are freezing cold. Yeah, lucky I love the cold to a certain degree. I'm really happy with my composition. I'm happy with the filters that I'm using, my settings, everything's just there. I'm now just going to wait for that sun to rise above the cloud and see if we can just get some sort of sun, which I think will come in the next half an hour or so, start to come up. And then as that sun comes up into the cloud, we're going to get some beams, and hopefully it's going to fill some light into the rocks that's just to the left of me here. So now it's just a waiting game. So the sun is just about to hit above the cloud line. You can just start to make it out. That kind of still orange glow coming up over this way is where the sun's going to come. It's beautiful red colours coming up on the cloud there. Just fantastic. The only thing that could potentially be spoiling it is the cloud formation that's been caused by the jet. There's a name for it. It's not jet stream. It's something. I need to find out. But anyway, the line that's come from the plane that's flown right across, that's the only thing. But that sun is really now starting to come up, which is really nice. I've got a lot of this in from here, going right across to here. Shot a little bit wider than maybe what I need to, but I can crop it in later on. That's just not a problem at all. Once again, really close to the edge. Just really got to stop doing this sort of thing this close to the edge anyway. Cloud is coming up really nice just over the back here. There's a little cloud coming down. The sun is just below it, and I think we're going to try and get the sun in that gap right in between the two clouds. If that happens, little light streak coming down into the water, which is really nice as well. Fingers crossed. I'm getting really excited about that sun coming up. It's just coming up so quick, and my light meter is going crazy for it as well. I'm constantly having to speed up the shutter speed as well. We're on now 13 seconds at f11, ISO 100 as well, and the colour is just coming out beautiful. It's coming, it's getting that bit closer. Oh, I just want it to burst out. Got my graduated filters ready just in case there's so much light comes from that. I might need to put another filter on top just to hold back that light a little bit and still get the exposure that I need to kind of keep as much detail into this as possible. The rocks over here, they're quite hazy still, like they were when we were doing the sunset, but it's not too bad this morning, and I think that light's going to come through. It's just going to fill up this whole bay here with light, and yeah, hopefully it's going to be really beautiful. So just waiting for that final bit of sun to come up above the clouds. But what I'm watching over here is that cloud formation and that purple cloud that's coming over there over the mountain. I mean, that's phenomenal. There's a very good chance if I'd been back on the other side over where Qualba and Ness is, or even the tunnel up towards Sandvik, I'd be getting a great shot of that light come shooting into that valley and lighting all those clouds over there. And that would be a phenomenal shot. Can't be two places at once. The suspense is driving me nuts. It's even more than what was last night, waiting for the sun to set. And I'm just waiting for the sun rays to see if they're going to come up over that cloud. And then now looking up here, you've got this mountain top up here, which is half of light. These big fluffy clouds over here, which are turning a lovely kind of reddy peachy kind of colour. It's everywhere. There's like 4 shots all around me at the moment. Urgh. Still, this sun's pretty cool. Another plane just flew over. Okay, so the sun is just about to come up, and let you know my settings at the moment. We're on 8-second exposure. I'm bracketing 1 stop either side. Aperture is f11, and my ISO is still down to 100, so I'm still getting that slow exposure. Same filters are on. We've got the little stopper, the 6 grad, and also the polarizing on there as well. Oh, I've got a beam of sun coming up now. There's a beam of sun coming up. Look at that. Hear how that's going to be in the photograph? Oh, look at that. That's looking great. Give that a quick check in the camera. Lovely beam coming through, and I think we're going to get some more. Still got some of the cloud over here as well. So let's try this again. Let's check the setting. Got to 5-second exposure now, bracketing again, 1 stop either side. There's another plane about to come over. It's a busy route over the Faroe Islands. We've got 2 planes there. 1 plane's just gone over that way, and 1 plane's gone over that way, and we've also had a plane going that way. It's a lot of early flights. Sun is up over the horizon now, over that thick cloud. A beautiful morning in the Faroes. Cold, but beautiful. Clouds over there are getting really bright, and the good thing is that's in my shot over there. I'm very happy with that. And that's the sun about halfway up now, I think, over that cloud. That's it. That's the sun up over the horizon. That's that whole valley filling with light now. I'm gonna get 1 more shot, I think, with that sun coming up, and then I'm gonna change my composition to take in more of this this cloud that's coming over here. I might actually jump in the car and drive further down, get a good view of those mountains, and that sun's gonna come up and just fill that valley with light. All in all, it's been worth getting up in the morning for this. Get home for about 6 o'clock, get about 2 hours sleep, maybe have a nap in the afternoon. So that's it, that's the sun up, right above that cloud now. I mean, we're talking no more than 5 minutes, and we've got the shots that I needed. I'm now gonna head back to the car and then drive down just a little bit further. Really good with the sun beaming on it. Parked the car just behind me in the road, and I'm just walking up this little hill, nothing too far. I'm going to capture this kind of summit just up here, that cloud surrounded by the blue sky. Yeah, I think this This is a great location. Let's get set up. I'm working on this composition for this hill, and this angle is just not right. It's not really standing out for me, and to be honest, the clouds that are behind it I thought would be quite good are actually quite bland. There's no shadow as well. I'm someone who really doesn't like shadow, but there's nothing. It just looks flat and boring, and I think I'm going to call it a day on that one. I'm thinking actually maybe just calling it a day and heading home now. I've got what I wanted. I'm happy. Unless there's something on the way home that I see, but if not, I'm very happy with what I've got, and I can go to bed and sleep. True enough, I'm heading home, and I literally just turned the corner and we have the mountains behind us in Suðuroy, and there's this light coming up this mountain, and as the sun's rising coming round, it's slowly creeping up that mountain, and I'm hoping to be able to get a shot of that light creeping up in black and white and the detail of the cloud behind. It would be great to have a little bit more cloud behind. But that light's just shining through, which is exactly what I've been looking for. Looking for a shot like this for a long time, actually. So I'm happy just to sit here and wait and see how long it's going to take for that light to get to the summit of that mountain behind. I don't think it'll be too long. So this house is actually either side of this mountain, and I'm having to go right in and crop it because I don't want those houses in there. The light is getting quite vast. It's starting to expand up the side of the mountain there. Some geese go flying past. So the light's filling up there, but it's also spilling off to the left as well. So I've just got to kind of keep an eye on that. So I'm spot metering for that light, and all I really want to do is to make sure that that light is the light that I get. So right now we're shooting on 1 second, bracketing either side. Got the graduated filter, which is taking away some of that haze that's on the mountain, and then we've got the sept ND GRAD, which is just covering just above the mountain, and that's about it. Looking to keep this really dark, so the idea is there's only really light on the mountain itself. So the idea is keeping that light on there, keeping the detail up here. A little bit of light, light coming in there. It's just really nice. Very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. That could even be better than the sunrise. We'll see. That sun is just starting to hit the summit of that mountain. It's creeped all its way up. It's now hitting the top. You can see here. Well, you might not be able to see it, it's quite far away, but it's starting to come all the way up, and then you've got the summit. The downside is a cloud just come behind. The clouds just come in front, and I think it's actually blocking some of the light, unfortunately, which is really sad because that's potentially really good. I'm bracketing 3. I am underexposing by 1 stop and then 2 stop, plus the original picture. And this is what we're getting. So the idea is I'm spot metering on just the light that's coming onto the mountain. They're leaving the rest into really deep shadow, which is looking really good. Sunlight all around is beautiful. So I'm just going to take a few more shots, and I think that's me. I'm going to call it a night, or a morning actually, and head home, get some rest. that's it. I'm happy, I'm done. I've got the shots that I wanted. Once again, just completely over the moon with this. I can sleep well very night. So thank you very much for watching this. I do appreciate it. Remember to subscribe and to hit that little bell button as well to be updated when I upload new videos. And also remember to check me out on Instagram at JustJamesK, all one word. And also you'll get me on Facebook, JustJamesK as well on Facebook. So thank you very much. Take care.